from an infected person. While less likely, it can potentially require ongoing care. PF patients should contact a licensed mental health professional. Please visit our
His Excellency Ambassador Park, the Ambassador of the Republic of Korea to Fiji, Mr. Eshwin Chan, the head teacher, Nalovo Sangam School, the school management representatives, parents who are present here, teachers, and the ancillary staff, media personnel, and invited guests. Nisambula Vinaka, and a very good morning to you all. I'm not sure what the time is, but I've been pretty busy going to various schools, meeting the parents, teachers, school management team, and the students. And it has been an honor for me to visit these schools for the first time. Ladies and gentlemen, today I would like to, in fact, thank the deep friendship Fiji has with Korean government and the diplomatic ties Fiji developed in the year 1971, just 1 year after Fiji's independence. So our relationship with Korea is well-founded and the friendship is very strong, as you can see. The partnership is very strong with the two countries, and the Korean government has come forward to assist our schools in improving the school environment. Improvement of the school environment is very important for teaching and learning, and today you have witnessed the ambassador has donated about 40 desks and chairs, as well as smart TV, interactive smart TV, overhead projector as part of
Education
the
officer,
grant.
a senior education officer.
It was not difficult at all to select school. The head teacher was grateful that we selected this school. We were selecting schools that were in rural areas, that were in remote areas, and schools that needed some of the equipment that we have actually donated. So we selected the schools based on that criteria. My message to the head teacher would be, and to the students and the teachers, that please look after this equipment, look after the items that you have received today, do enter it in your inventory book, and do continuous maintenance of it, because it's very hard to replace items. So you need to take care of it. And I'm sure you will certainly do that. Because sometimes we find that things go missing from school, or it is lent to someone else and it does not come back to school. But I know things have changed over a period of time. As we have heard from the head teacher, the school itself started as from a very humble beginning. And the school was established by the school management committee. And I thank the people of Nalovo who had the vision to educate the children, and the fact that you all came together to establish this school. And over the years we have seen the school has grown. And I'm sure in years to come you will be needing more classrooms, you will be needing more equipment, you will be needing more resources. And the government stands ready to assist you. You have rightly heard from the head teacher that the government strongly believes in investing in education. And in the last financial year, the government had invested over $450 million. And in the last budget, the government announced another $420 million towards education. And if you compare over the years, huge amount of money has been put into education. Now the school management team will vouch for what I'm going to say today. I remember in yesteryears, the school management team had to pay the grant-in-aid teachers. And the only way they could pay the grant-in-aid teachers was by collecting the school fees. Some parents could not pay the school fees, and the teachers were not paid. I've just come from another school where they had to sell 2 acres of their land to collect money to pay the granting aid teachers then. But the story is not different. The narrative has completely changed. Now the teachers are all civil servants. They are paid directly from the ministry. There is no burden on the school management team. They can be rest assured that the government is taking care of the schools. Now the government has also made available free education grant. So there is no difference from one school to another. The teachers are appointed by ministry. The grant is available to each and every school. There is a formula through which the grant is given. And the grant formula, I will not go into detail, but I can talk about the percentage that can be used for certain purposes. Like 30% is for the administration of the school. And this is where some schools are hiring ancillary staff, to help in the administration of the schools. Then the school improvement. There is funds set aside for PMAC. There is also fund, about 10% is set aside for library services. And so forth. So there is money given for such activities. So this is one huge investment over the years made by the government. And this is to ease the burden from the school management team, because school management team had to work hard to collect this money. And remember those days when children had to participate in bring and buy, mufti, and various other fundraising that used to happen in school, diverting the attention from studies to collecting money. But now that burden is no longer on the school management team. Instead, the parents are also relieved, because now the children can go to school. They don't have to pay any school fees, because we are offering tuition-free education in the school system. The government is also providing bus fare subsidy, including free textbooks. If you go back to, say, just about 15, 20 years ago, these assistants were not there. And as a parent, first of all, we had to set aside money for our children's school fees. Because if the children did not pay their school fees, they would come to the school and the head of school will say, go home and ask your father or your mother to visit us. They will not accept the child. So there has been a huge development in the education sector. Sometimes we tend to forget the past and appreciate the present. I'm just trying to say that we all need to appreciate the investment we have made. And as a government, we want our return on this investment. And our return would be the way teaching and learning is taking place in a school environment. We simply want our children to be educated so that they can join the labor market, they can join the workforce, or they can create jobs for themselves. And on this note, I would like to say that in the last national budget, the government made available 5,000 TVET scholarship for our children. And this is a golden opportunity for the parents to encourage your child to take up TVET courses. You know that the borders are opening on 1st of December, and our inter-island travel will start from 11th of November, which is next week. So there is a lot of positivity in the air. We feel very good at this stage, as if we are coming out of the doldrum that we were in. But we are not completely out of it. We have to understand that we got to follow the COVID-19 protocol. This pandemic is not going to go away soon. Even if it is no longer called pandemic, it will definitely become endemic, meaning that it will remain in this country. So we need to take precautions, all the COVID-safe protocols that was dished out to the head of schools, and I can see that this school has been following the COVID-safe protocol. And as you have heard from the head teacher, he said, we are ready to open anytime, just tell us the date. That's how eager my teachers are. And I want to thank my teachers for having that passion, for having that interest in the students. And I thank each one of you. I know you've been working behind the scene, trying to prepare that weekly study packages. Some teachers have been preparing lessons, or you can say, or we're conducting classes through e-platform. And I thank you most sincerely for doing that, because it is your interest that will drive the child to study hard. If the teachers are passionate, that will slowly rub on to our children. I know the children are not here today, but for the parents, I want to thank you as well, because you've been playing a dual role. You've been parents to your child, but you have been also teachers to your child, and ensuring that all the assignment that was given to your children are completed. You've been guiding them, and I want to thank you for doing that. Again, we have not come to an end where we can say comfortably that not a problem, we are back to normal. Obviously, we are not back to normal, and for a long time, we will be operating in a new normal environment. So in that situation, again, I kindly request the parents and teachers to continue guiding our children. Children are the most affected individuals at the moment, particularly our teenagers. Teenagers, they feel that the academic year is ruined. Nothing is normal. How children, they go into a routine, and they like to perform in a routine environment. And schools generally provide or set that routine for a child. But when a child is at home, the routine is out. And when the routine is out, the mind moves everywhere, and they start thinking about the future. Now, it is for all of us to handle the situation, to lessen the anxiety anxiety that has been caused by pandemic to our children, and we need to talk to our children on a regular basis. So when the school reopens, I kindly urge the teachers and the head of school to pay lot more attention to our children, because they need us now. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, I would like to draw your attention to the school management team. The school management team, you are our partners in education, and there are a couple of partners that needs to work together to make anything successful, as the word partner means. Obviously, the school management team, the Board of Governors, then we have the Ministry of Education, we have the teachers, and we have the parents. And our partnership is four-way. Each one of us have to contribute so that education in this country thrives, and our children learn, and they become more, I would say, more skilled and more able to take up jobs in the labor market. So with these words, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and Vinaka Vakalevu to our Ambassador Park for the great assistance he has provided to the school system, and the Korean government's assistance is very, very timely. Now that the schools are closed, the various equipments we are giving out to the schools can be put to good use. Teachers can prepare, they can learn some of the equipments that we have given. Just like any technology, we need to know how to operate. So this would be a good time for you to learn how to operate some of this equipment, and I'm sure you'll grasp it in no time. But with these words, thank you very much, Vinaka.